Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. I just listened to, it's an hour-long podcast by Rick Warren. And man, two things. One, I really needed to hear this. I was just at a point this week or in my life, whatever you want to say, that I needed to hear this. So I'm going to post the entire podcast in the comments. So I'm taking his words, making them my own, and sharing them with you. But if you've got the time, even if you don't have the time, watch the full podcast, because he'll probably be much more effective relating this to you than me. And of course, I'm taking his message and relating it to nutrition. So the four naysayers. First of all, what is a naysayer? A naysayer is a person who habitually expresses negative views or opinions. And it kind of sounds like, oh, devilish. Those are bad people. Here's the thing with naysayers is they're not bad people. And a lot of them are just people coming from their point of view. So they can be good people that just want to help you from their point of view. Now, here's the thing. When you encounter one of these four naysayers, here's the thing, so you don't get defensive and you don't want to just, unfriend them or whatever. Realize this, they don't know your dreams and fat loss goals. They don't truly know your desires and why you want to lose body fat, okay? They don't know your skills, your tenacity, your talents. They don't know that. Only you know that. And most of all, they don't know your potential, okay? The naysayer could only speak from their world and their point of view, okay? So let's get right into the first naysayer. And the first naysayer, I think, is the most powerful because this one could be a person or not a person at all. And that is the delayer, okay? Delay is the dream crusher, okay? How many of you can relate to that? Like, hey, I'm gonna start the diet when we get back from vacation. Or, hey, some of this is maybe a little closer to home. I'm gonna start my nutrition plan or following my nutrition plan Monday morning, right? It's Sunday, Monday morning. The delayer. Or, honey, you know what? That's fine that you want to do this and you want to lose 50 pounds, but after the son is born or after our child is born, then you can do that. Tomorrow never comes, okay? So that's the first naysayer to really be aware of. And I'm going to relate this to kind of like David and Goliath, the biblical story. It took 40 years for David's tribe or I don't know the backstory, but his crew or whatever, to confront the opposing side, okay? 40 years they delayed, all right? So don't delay, okay? Take the bull by the horns, all right? Here's another one I always hear on the delaying is, when I can afford to eat well, then I will. Okay, and here's the thing, these four naysayers can be applied. I'm applying them to nutrition. I think that if you read between the lines, you can apply these to anything in life, in your life, and the lives of others. All right, so number two, okay, this normally does come from a person. Discouragement, okay? Some people, and here's the thing, the discouragers, the people that doubt, the people that say, you can't do it, you've tried every diet out there, here's just another one, okay, you haven't lost the 40 pounds before, you're not gonna lose it now, okay, the discouragers, all right? So one thing to realize when someone is discouraging is when you decide that you want to break up the status quo, you say, you know what, I want to make the best of my physique, or I want to have better energy, and I want to use nutritional intervention, okay? A couple things can happen to those around you. One, because you're breaking the status quo and you're making yourself better and self-improving, is it kind of creates a mirror, and it reflects back on them, okay? And then they might see like, you know what, I kind of wish I had the courage to do that. Okay, but maybe they're afraid to, okay? Or maybe it reminds them of a time that they tried to do nutritional intervention and they failed and they just gave up. So again, no one wants to hear discouragement, but it might help if you understand maybe where they're coming from, and that is their world, that is not your world, okay? And you don't have to subject yourself to that constant discouragement, but it does help in you not retaliating against the discouragers, understanding that you're really just kind of they're reflecting views that they feel about themselves. When they say, you can't do that, they're saying, I've already tried and I failed, okay? So the discouragers, all right? Your success with nutritional intervention will do one of two things, depending on how public you are with it. It will either inspire people, it will either bring people up, okay, and say, wow, you just chose to feel better, to look better, awesome, I'm with you, I'm on your train, okay? So it's gonna inspire others, okay? Or it's gonna create some pretty powerful negativity your way, okay? Because it's gonna put that mirror up. All right, so just remember that when you decide to improve yourself nutritionally or in any realms, okay, you're either going to inspire people or I'm sorry, pardon my French, but piss some people off. But just remember, it's about them. It is not about you, and don't retaliate. All right, 3. Dude, this is a huge one. When I heard this one, I'm like, that's me. This one is me. Fear of disapproval. Okay? People will question your motives. You want to lose weight? Why? You're fine just the way you are. Okay, that kind of goes with discouragement too. Or they'll question your motives. Oh, you want to lose weight? Oh, like you're just not good enough how you are. You're vain. Okay, you're vain. You want to fit in a size whatever to look good on the beach. Oh, that's vanity. Okay, they start to question your motives. Okay, I don't know your motives. Only you know your motives. But chances are your motives are just to make the best of this life that you're in, okay? But they will start to question those motives. Or say you're using nutritional intervention to pursue something great, like climb Mount Fuji, okay? And you need to lose 20 pounds to climb Mount Fuji, like, only 100 people in the world have ever done it. Or maybe to become a pro whatever, and you're using nutritional intervention to do that. Then you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, oh, you're just doing it for the money. You're just doing it for the money, okay? They're gonna question your motives. And they're gonna question them to the point where they'll say things like, who do you think you are? Or they'll call you arrogant even. I mean, it's crazy, that fear of disapproval. Don't let that fear of disapproval disallow you or get in the way of you achieving your dreams in nutrition or again in life in general. That fear of disapproval is a big one. People questioning your motives. Okay? Remember, you answer to two people. You answer to yourself and the big man upstairs. That's all there is to it. All right? So going back to kind of the David and Goliath analogy, so they waited 40 years to confront Goliath. And in those 40 years, the people that were on Goliath's side, I don't know the tribe's name, but anyway, I don't remember it, they would ridicule the other side and just say the most discouraging things. And here's the thing, if you're ridiculed for 40 years straight, you start to believe it. Well, here's the thing, is David wasn't on that front line. He was out shepherding, doing small chores. He was also younger, so he wasn't subjected to 40 years. So he didn't have all that negativity around him. And this is so interesting. So he actually went to his brother, someone that's supposed to love him. Okay? Because I think that sometimes these naysayers, they tend to be sometimes people we love. He went to his brother and he said, hey, look, what is the reward for beating this Goliath guy? I think I might give it a shot. And his brother met him with such negativity. Who do you think you are? Are you kidding me? And think of it, when we maybe put our goals out there and we say, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds. Who do you think you are? You think you can do that? You've tried 1,000,000 times. It's never worked then. You know what I mean? So, but he didn't have all that negativity. He believed in himself because he wasn't subjected to all that negativity. So he was just asking a question. Hey, what happens if I beat this Goliath guy? Okay? And he was able to ask that with confidence, okay, because he wasn't around that negativity. All right. So, finally, the fourth naysayer, okay? The fourth naysayer that can get in your way of achieving your nutritional dreams, of achieving the body you want, the strength that you want, or the feeling that you want, the energy, okay? is, this is a great one, the experts. All right? So if you do keto, the experts say it raises your cholesterol. If you do macros, the experts say it's too laborious. If you do meal plan, the experts say it's non-sustainable. That would be me. But you know what? Bottom line is you just got to have trust in the plan, or if you have a nutrition coach, have trust in her or him and follow it out. And everyone's going to have a study to say what you're doing doesn't work. Okay, everyone's going to have an expert or a PhD or whatnot that says, hey, what you're doing doesn't work. Okay, the experts. You want to know what the experts said about David? I mean, come on, what did the experts say about David? He was a pipsqueak. They're like, you don't have the reach, you don't have the strength, you don't have the muscle. Scientifically, you cannot beat Goliath. That's what the experts would have said back then. Okay, and we all know what ended up happening there. Okay, so again, those are the 4 naysayers, and knowledge is power. I'm not going to really share how you would combat them. Okay, I'm going to let you decide that. Maybe put in the comments some naysayers that you've come across and how you've overcome them. But now that you're aware of those 4, okay, you can increase that knowledge base and not let them get in the way. And also realize that, hey, you're not alone. We all have naysayers. Again, whenever we try to break that status quo, we're going to get the discouragers. That discourager, naysayer is going to come up, okay, because they've never broken the status quo. So you're giving them a decision now. They can either dwell in the fact and second guess themselves as far as, oh, why didn't I ever try to do this? Why didn't I try to get in great shape? Or they're going to say, you know what? I'm in. I'm on that train. Let's do this together. All right. So, hey, hopefully this was beneficial. Again, please watch the entire podcast. I'm going to post it in the comments. You will get so much more out of it than you probably just did with me. Okay, so I do invite you to do that. It's about 55 minutes long. Again, that's Rick Warren. I think you'll absolutely love it. All right, have a rockin' Sunday. Let's do this.